श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear worshipable devotees, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, entitled Knowledge of the Absolute, also called Gyan Vijnana Yoga. So we have read till text number 18, so we'll quickly do the verse recitation and then read the next verses. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Saktamanah Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashraya Asanshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Gyasasi Tatshrinu Jnanas Jnanas Jnanam Teham Savijnanam Idam Vakshyami Asheshata Yajñātvā neha bhūyonya jñātavyam avashishyate manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvata bhumirapo nalo vayu kham mano buddhireva cha ahankara iti yam me bhinna prakritirashtada apareyamitastavnyam Prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat etad yonini bhutani sarvani iti upadharaya aham kritsnasya jagata prabhava pralayasthatha matta parataram nanya kinchidasti dhananjaya मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव रसोऽहम् अपसु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययो प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दखे पौरुषं नृषु पुण्यो गन्धा पृथिव्यां च तेजश्चास्मि विभावसो जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां विधि पार्थ सनातनम् बुद्धिर्बुद्धिमतामस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विनामहम् बलं बलवतां चाहं कामरागविवर्जिता धर्मविरुद्धभूतेषु कामोऽस्मि भरतर्षभ ये चैव सात्विका भावा राजसास्तामसश्च ये मत्त एवेति तान् विधि नातवहं तेषु ते मयि त्रिभिर्गुणमयैर्भावैरेभिः सर्वम् इदं जगत् मोहितां नाभिजानाति मामेभ्यः परमव्ययम् दैवी एषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव्ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते न मां दुष्कृतिनो मूढा प्रपद्यन्ते नराधमा मायया बृहतः ज्ञानः आसुरं भावमाश्रिता चतुर्विधा भजन्ते मां जना सुकृतिनो अर्जुन आर्तजिज्ञासुरर्थार्थी ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ तेषां ज्ञानी नित्ययुक्ता एकभक्तिर्विशिष्यते प्रियो हि ज्ञानिनोत्यर्थम् अहं स च मम प्रिय उदारा सर्व एवेति ज्ञानी ज्ञानी तव आत्मैव मे मतम् नास्थिता सा हि युक्तात्मा मामेवानुत्तमं गतिम् बहूनां जन्मनामान्ते ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेव सर्वम् इति स महात्मा सुदुर्लभ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Thank you. So we read the first 19 verses. So we'll continue the discussion on text 19 and discuss about the four types of devotees who do not, or four types of dushkritinas, and then the four types of sukritinas, primarily because they are in need of wealth or they are in distress, and then some inquisitive, but topmost amongst those are those who are real jnani, who are really looking for the knowledge of the absolute truth, and those are special. Eka bhaktir vishishyate. Those who are really engaged in the unalloyed bhakti are very rare, and that's this verse, text 19. Vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabham. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me. Knowing me to be the cause of all causes, and all that is, such a great soul is very rare. Purport: the living entity, while executing devotional service or transcendental rituals, after many, many births, may actually become situated in transcendental pure knowledge that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate goal of spiritual realization. In the beginning of spiritual realization, while one is trying to give up one's attachment to materialism, there is some leaning towards impersonalism. But when one is further advanced, he can understand that there are activities in spiritual life, that these activities constitute devotional service. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Sorry about that. And these activities constitute devotional service. Realizing this, he becomes attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and surrenders unto him. At such a time, one can understand that Lord Krishna's mercy is everything, and he is the cause of all causes, and that this material manifestation is not independent from him. He realizes the material world to be a perverted reflection of the spiritual variegatedness, and realizes that in everything there is a relationship, that in everything there is a relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna. Thus he thinks of everything in relation to Vasudev or Sri Krishna. Such a universal vision of Vasudev precipitates one's full surrender to the Supreme Lord Krishna as the highest goal. Such surrendered great souls are very rare. This verse is very nicely explained in the third chapter of the Shvetashvara Upanishad. Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sa Bhumim Vishvato Vritva Tyattishtad Dasangulam Purusha Evedam Sarvam Yadbhutam Yaccha Bhavyam Uttam Vrittat Vaishnaano Yad Anena Tirohat Yad Anena Atirohati. Lord Vishnu has thousands of heads and thousands of eyes and thousands of feet, entirely encompassing the whole universe. He still extends beyond it by 10 fingers breadth. He is, in fact, this entire universe. He's all that was and all that will be. He is the Lord of immortality and all that is nourished by food. In the Chandogya Upanishad, 5:1:15, it is said, Na vai vacho na chakshushmi na shrotrani na manasam achakshate prana iti eva chashate prano hi evi vaitani sarvani bhavanti. In the body of a living being, neither the power to speak, nor the power to see, nor the power to hear, nor the power to think is the prime factor. It is life which is the center of all activities. Similarly, Lord Vasudeva, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, is the prime entity in everything. In this body, there are powers of speaking, of seeing, of hearing, of mental activities, etc. But these are not important if not related to the Supreme Lord. And because Vasudev is all pervading and everything is Vasudev, the devotee surrenders in full knowledge. Bhagavad Gita 7:17 and 11:40. Hare Krishna. So, my dear friends, we are reading here about the pure devotees here. So rare, very, very rare. Bahunam Janmanamate. After many, many repeated births and deaths, those gyanis, those who are in full knowledge of Krishna, they come to this understanding. Those who are in complete knowledge come to the understanding that Vasudeva Sarvamiti. That person is very rare. Samahatma, that great soul, that pure devotee is very, very rare. I think we discussed this also in the slides also a little while back. Rarity of a pure devotee. I'm going to again share that slide for our verification. So as we know that there are many species, 8.4 million species, out of those 400,000 are humans. Now in those 400,000 human species, there are Aryans and non-Aryans, civilized, non-civilized, righteous. Amongst the Aryans, there are righteous, unrighteous. Among the righteous, there are fruitive workers, karmakant, and those who don't believe in all that. So majority are the, like out of this majority are here, non-Aryans. Out of this majority are here. Out of this majority are here. Out of the fruitive workers, majority are here. Hmm. Fruitive workers sometimes do good, some good or bad, right? Sometimes do good, sometimes bad. And for those who are searching for absolute truth, majority then moksha, moksha, moksha. Some are looking for higher. They don't want moksha. They're looking for whether believe in Krishna, demigods, or siddhis. Again, majority are looking for siddhis. Those who believe in the Lord Krishna, some want to go back home, some don't. Adulterated worship. But those who come to the full understanding that Vasudeva Sarvamiti and I must take shelter of the Supreme Lord, those pure souls are very, very rare. We are not talking about impersonalist. We are not talking about any other, God is love, God is this, God is that. We're talking about the personality, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord, Sarvamiti. He is the cause of all. He's, he's the energetic behind all the energies. And nothing can exist, nothing did exist in the past, and nothing will exist without him. So, intelligent person tries to see everything in connection with the Lord. So the personal aspect covers the impersonal aspect also. So this was text number 19. Rarity of a Kevala Bhakta. So after many, many births, these Sukritinas, after experiencing some bodily pleasures and pleasures for many lives, they may get the association of pure devotees, and they may come to the understanding that Vasudeva Sarvamiti. This Krishna has a form, his Swarupa, Satchidananda Vigraha. If worshipping Krishna makes them Sakam Bhakta, successful in this way, what happens if they worship Devatas? So that's a big difference now. I was hearing yesterday a class of His Grace Amrinder Prabhu. He quoted a nice point that even if someone is Sukritina, that means they have desires, material desires, they still must approach Krishna if they want real benefit. For example, Dhruv Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj wanted kingdom, but he still approached Krishna and he met a pure devotee, right? On the contrary, we see Hiranyakashipu also wanted material things, kingdom, fame, strength, etc. All these are material things, but he approached the demon. He didn't approach Krishna or Vishnu, and ultimately he was lost. So demons or demoniac, actually this is all setting the scene for the next 10 verses. So some or majority people, they approach demigods. They don't approach Krishna. If they would approach Krishna, they would get the real benefit. They will get that substance, that material thing, and they'll get the real benefit too. But unfortunately, majority do not. They approach demigods. And Hiranyakashipu is a classic example of that. Any other thoughts? Comments? Okay, so now this is a scene for the last section of this chapter entitled HEAD, the D for demigods. So what happens to those? Who are those people who approach demigods? What happens to them? What the destination they get? How do they worship? Do they get their real goal? All these questions will be answered in this section of Bhagavad Gita, text 20. Kamesteste sritagyana prapadyante anyadevata tam tam niyamam asthaya prakritya niyata svaya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. Those whose intelligence has been stolen. So by the same. Devki Mataji, you want to read this purport?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes. Those who are freed from all those who are freed from all material contaminations surrender unto the Supreme Lord and engage in his devotional service. As long as the material contamination is not completely washed off, they are by nature non-devotees. But even those who have material desires and who resort to the Supreme Lord are not so much attracted by external nature. Because of approaching the right goal, they soon become free from all material lust. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is recommended that whether one is a pure devotee and is free from all material desires, or in full material desires, or desires liberation from material contamination, he should in all cases surrender to Vasudev and worship him, as stated in the Bhagavatam 2.3.10. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradhi, jivena bhakti yogena yajita purusham param. Less intelligent people who have lost their spiritual sense take shelter of demigods for immediate fulfillment of material desires. Generally, such people do not go to the Supreme Personality of Godhead because they are in the lower modes of nature, ignorance and passion, and therefore worship various demigods. Following the rules and regulations of worship, they are satisfied. The worshippers of demigods are motivated by small desires and do not know how to reach the supreme goal. But a devotee of the Supreme Lord is not misguided because in Vedic literature there are recommendations for worshipping different gods for different purposes. Example, a diseased man is recommended to worship the sun. Those who are not devotees of the Lord think that for certain purposes, demigods are better than Supreme Lord. But a pure devotee knows that the Supreme Lord Krishna is the master of all. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila 5.142, it is said, Ekale Ishvara Krishna Ara Sabha Pritya. Only the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is master, and all others are servants. Therefore, a pure devotee never goes to demigods for satisfaction of his material needs. He depends on the Supreme Lord, and the pure devotee is satisfied with whatever he gives. Hare Krishna Prabhu. So it is stated here that those people whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires usually pray to the demigods. So we were usually like this only. We always pray to demigods since our childhood. Though not for material desires, still we were praying the demigods. But mostly we pray to the demigods because of material desires. For example, when one is sick, we usually pray to the goddess, to the god sun. When we need intelligence, we want to be intelligent, we want to pass our exams, and all we pray to Saraswati Devi. And if we want wealth, we usually go to Durga Ma. So this is common for all Hindus. But it is stated here that only those whose intelligence has been stolen, they pray to demigods. So, but if you want to go further into knowledge, we go to Krishna, because Krishna is the provider of everything. But what we do, because of immediate result, we go to demigods. But again, here it is said that even in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is mentioned that God, Krishna, gives everything. So we have to go to Krishna. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji, for reading this beautiful verse and purport. हृत ज्ञान, इसका ज्ञान हरण हो गया. Why? Because of kama, desires. Kames testes hृत ज्ञान. Prapadyante anya devata. So God is one. Vasudeva sarvamiti. Anya devata. Ta means plural. Demigods. Devata. Which are in crores. Or crore means what? 10 million? Like 33. 33 crore. 330 million. That's a big number. And as mentioned here, there are different demigods for different purposes. Like, oh, if someone needs good health, worship sun. If someone is good wife, worship, this one. If someone needs good education, worship Saraswati. Someone needs good music, worship this. Someone needs X, Y, Z, then, worship this, worship that. All that is a very, very big list. But think rationally. They're all servants, as mentioned by Srila Prabhupada. They're all servants of the Supreme Lord. They're subordinate. And we have seen time and again that they need help themselves, so they approach Vishnu, and Vishnu helps them. So if a rich man's servant, can help us to get what we want, let's say I am very poor and don't have even $50 for getting some basic grocery, let's say, just for example. So I need $50. Like that's my objective. And someone who is multimillionaire or very, very rich, they may have a servant. And their servant will also have decent amount. And their servant can afford to give me $50, right? If the servant can afford to give me $50, can that rich man not do? Certainly he can do. He'll not only give $50, but maybe show me the art to not be hungry ever, right? Not just short-term help. So this is what actually the rich man here is Krishna. This rich man's servants are the demigods. And the person who is asking $50 is basically Kamesthesis Jnana. Those who are, because of the karma, because of material desires, are approaching demigods. Where we don't have any disrespect or any offensive nature against any demigod. But here the Lord himself is saying that come to me. Don't approach the demigods, even for material benefit. Even for material benefit, do not approach the demigods. Less intelligent people who have lost their spiritual sense take shelter of demigods for immediate fulfillment of their material desires. So they are said to be in the mode of ignorance or passion. Their intelligence is not working properly as per this verse. They're in lower modes, ignorance, passion. They worship demigods, right? A devotee is not misguided. So we have to aspire for pure bhakti, but even if we have material desires, let's approach Krishna. And very soon he will purify our heart and purify those desires, like how he did to Dhruva Maharaj. Purified the heart, gave the kingdom, and then he used the kingdom as a service to God, service to Krishna. Any other thoughts, comments? Okay, let's read. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, when we pray to demigods, it has been in our nature as if from childhood we have been doing so, isn't it? So it takes us time to stop that, isn't it? I stop for certain time, so when people come and visitors come, relatives come, say, no, you mustn't stop. What do you do then?
So
one day, a foreign devotee came to my place. I think he was from America. So I had my Shivji still in my altar, the different altars I have. I put my Radha Krishna up in the upper shelf and lower. But then he told me, immediately you remove your Shivji. I removed for so many years. I didn't pray to the demigods.
Who said?
Someone from a foreign country, a Prabhu. He was in the temple. Then I was young a bit then. I was younger. So he told, we were supposed to take him back to the temple in Phoenix, in the main temple. He came to our center in Roseville. So we were supposed to take him back to the bigger temple. So I had to come back home first, then to take him to the bigger temple. So when he came home, said, you're worshipping Shivji. Because it was in our nature. We did that from childhood. I didn't want to remove it from my altar. It was in the lower shelf, but at the upper, there was Krishna and all the paramparas and all. Then he told me, you remove this immediately. I did. For so many years, I didn't do the Devta Devi. But then I thought that it is our parampara that we should have at least our Ishtadev. I don't know whether it is there in your thing that we have the Ishtadev. So I was thinking that maybe Ishtadev is not happy with me. I started again. So I always take permission from Ishtadev, then I do my Krishna prayers. I have to do like this because I think that I'm doing something wrong because my forefathers have been doing that. So I take the blessing from Shivji, Ganesh, and then I start my everyday prayers. This is how I do that now. What is your opinion about that? It is not because of the hours, but it is because of our parampara system.
So what's your question, Mataji?
What is your opinion about that?
So currently you have Ganesh and Shivji in your altar and lower shelf.
Then I removed when that Prabhu came to my place. I said,
Okay,
no, I'm doing the
when was that? Like recently or 5 years back or 10 years?
No, 10, 15 years back.
Okay, so you removed 10 years back. Okay.
But
Then
then my relative said that I'm not doing according to my Ishtadev.
who said?
So if my relatives in our
Okay, your friends, relatives said,
my
okay.
close relatives, my sister-in-laws, my brother-in-laws, and all. I didn't believe. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. But again, I see that, look, I got 2 children. My son is married, my daughter's married, they don't have children. I said, no, maybe I'm doing some aparad. So I again started putting my Shivji at home and Ganesh. So sometimes I follow, how do you call it?
So you brought Shivji again.
Yes, I put the photo again. I brought in my, because this is what they do. I did that, but my Krishna, my altar is the same. My rounds of Krishna, my bhakti is the same, but I take the permission from them and I go upwards because this is our Ishtadev, no? I don't want to neglect.
Who is Ishtadev?
Shivji.
Shivji is your Ishtadev.
Yeah, because it is there in all our brother-in-laws' house. You have to do that. And now when I see that my children do not have any children, I say, no, it must be my aparad. So I bring Seji back. And it was always snakes in my house, always in the bathroom, outside. But since I put that, this is my experience. I'm not scared again. I don't find the snakes, everything. So maybe I think in that way. So I hope Krishna is listening to me and pardoning me to them. Because I think that Shivji is half of Krishna, isn't it? Nearly Krishna, no? Shivji.
Maybe it's my audio issue or something. I'm having a little difficulty to hear you properly.
Yeah, you can.
It's not very clear. Can you try again, Mataji?
Yes,
I
I'm
got
telling
most of it. I got most of it that so you
so
brought the
yeah,
Shivji back.
I brought Shivji back in our, not on a shelf, but a different shelf. Because when I listened to Radhanath Swami Prabhuji, when he first started his temple, his eco-village, he found a Ganesh there, no? So he didn't neglect that Ganesh. He put a nice Ganesh with a garland of it every day. So I said, this is not a fraud because if Ganesh appeared there, it is not by chance, no? And Radhanath Swami said, this is my most senior devotee. So he put it there. And last year for Ganesh Chaturthi, he gave a nice place to the Ganesh deity. Still remember? He built a new thing for Ganesh, a small temple. So I said, maybe I have to do that, me too. So really I started again. So I just take permission from them because they're my Ishtadev like a father. my father, material father, and I start my thing every day. I do my rounds and I read my Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Same. I do not neglect.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you need my thoughts? Is that your question?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hare
No,
Krishna.
have you been doing that before, Prabhuji? To do or directly Krishna? Yes.
Okay, there are a few things, Mataji. What
Mm-hmm.
I have heard from His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, few devotees asked him this question. It's a good question, comes up in many devotees' life.
Mm-hmm.
So the point is that different devotees may approach different personalities in different moods,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Someone may approach Ganesha as, you know, as everything. Someone may approach Lord Shiva as
Mm-hmm.
everything. Someone, we see a lot of people in the area of this Mumbai, Maharashtra area. A lot of people do this Ganesh Chaturthi.
Mm-hmm.
But what is the mood? That's very questionable. How many people have sincere mood to worship Ganesha? It's
Mm-hmm.
more like fun, frolic thing. It's fine, something better than nothing. But um, so back to the question or back to the theme again. So what Maharaj told that someone asked Maharaj, is it okay to keep Ganesha or Shiva on the altar? Maharaj said it's okay, although it's not required. But if
Mm-hmm.
someone wants to, due to past attachments
Mm-hmm.
or whatever reasons or circumstances, let's say someone like, you already had and
Yeah.
you now, but more important, even Lord Chaitanya went to many Shiva's temple, even some devotees we see that we go to Shiva's temple, which is um but that so all that is fine, but we should approach him as more like Vaishnavana Mithashambhu, a great devotee. Mm. A great devotee, his name comes so many times in the Bhagavatam. Almost every canto we see Lord Shiva blessing Prachetas, Vichitraketu, reciting Bhagavatam, the story of this Sati, right? So many pastimes are there. Mm. Where Shiva's involvement is there. Even the Samudra Manthan he took. So there is lot of like wonderful pastimes. But all that is there to approach him in the mood of great devotee. So in that I have seen at some devotees' place also, and that is fine. It is not, I would say it's not like a must-have. Oh,
Yes.
if you don't have your altar is incomplete. That's not the case. It's more like if someone wishes, we don't discourage or say, hey, it's bad. Neither do we encourage, hey, you must keep.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? That's the approach, kind of what His Holiness Adhanath Maharaj has taught, and I try my best to do the same. Because there could be a lot of emotions involved, sense, there could be, or sometimes, let's say, in a family, there's a big family, and then let's say great, the husband is
Mm-hmm.
attachment towards Shiva, and if the wife starts coming to ISKCON and the husband is like trying, is like open, but he said, no, 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 Shiva has to, like we can't keep Shiva on the altar now. He has
Mm-hmm.
to go somewhere. That will not help the husband to appreciate Krishna consciousness. Rather, we can glorify more Lord Shiva. Oh, such a great devotee he is. So many times he comes in the Bhagavatam. So it needs a lot of maturity. It's not just like a black and white, do it
Yes.
or don't do it. So
Mm-hmm.
long story short, it's the altar is not incomplete. and the altar is not incorrect if we have them or not have them, right? In temples, you won't see on the altar. You may see somewhere in the paintings or somewhere a side temple, but you'll not see on the main altar. And that's a GBC resolution, actually. This was discussed in the GBC meeting. You will not see them on the main altar anywhere in any ISKCON temple, right?
Yes.
So we should approach you. If we approach, we should approach as devotee. But so all that is fine. But when you said, oh, he is the Ishtadev, now that is a little bit, our Ishta is one and only, right? Shama Sundar, right?
After
Sham
initiation.
Sundar. For Gaudiya Vaishnavas, that's the Ishta. And that same Sham Sundar, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. That same Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's our Ishta. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityanand Prabhu, Gaur Nitai or Jagannath. So basically, that's our Ishta. And now, even in these multiple forms, someone could be more attached to Jagannath, someone could be more attached to Gauranga, someone could be more attached to, Radha Raman, Radha Murlidhar, Radha Baki Bihari, Radha XYZ or Dwarkadish. That is understandable. But if we Ishta, what is Isht means like our most dearmost. So that we should try to cultivate as like one and only, right? Ek Kevala Bhakti. Kevala Bhakti is to Radha Krishna or Supreme Lord Krishna. So that part maybe I would suggest. The other part you keep Lord Shiva on the altar or not, that's personally your choice. Both are acceptable as long as you're approaching him in the mood of a great Vaishnava, taking blessings. Let me chant better, let me hear better, let me always be absorbed in Bhagavatam, let me serve Vaishnavas better. Absolutely fine. Same with Ganesha ji. Absolutely fine. Oh, please give me the strength so that, it comes in the Brahma Samhita, so that I can overcome all the obstacles in the path of my bhakti. That prayer is absolutely fine. That is our Vaishnava understanding. But when we say, oh, they are our Ishta, then that's maybe an area to look into.
Okay, very clear, Prabhu. Thank you.
Mataji, I can't hear you much. You have to speak close to the microphone.
Okay, Prabhu, I put it louder. Thank you, Prabhu. Sometimes we need to discuss about it also.
Can you talk closer to the microphone, please? Then it's
Here,
better.
now.
Yeah, that's better now.
Yeah. Because it's morning, I don't want to put it louder. Others are sleeping. That's why I'm sorry. Thank you, Prabhu. Sometimes I need to discuss. I understand it clearly about this today now. Because of the initiation, especially, Krishna is our Ishtadev. Yes. The parampara. Thank you.
Yes. Who all are there in your family?
Actually, I stayed with my husband alone, but now my husband has come from UK. So for the new year, so we are together. UK is upstairs. My son's upstairs when my daughter is here. My son, his daughter-in-law and daughters are here. They're sleeping upstairs and I'm downstairs now.
Oh, yeah, it's early. You're in UK now, or you're where? Mauritius?
Mauritius, yeah. They have come to visit us.
Okay, from UK.
When it was 4 o'clock, again had to stop. Now when it is 5, I said,
Okay, I understand. Yeah, maybe some
That's
other day we can talk peacefully.
okay. Now it's already 6, so it's okay.
So does that answer your question?
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. So,
Yes.
I think Shivji, even Krishna is understanding me, my problems also. Because my bhakti is for Krishna. Your bhakti is for Krishna.
Yes. Yes. So he's your Ishta.
My Ishta. That you have it clear. Our Ishta is now. Thank you, Prabhuji. Even Guru Maharaj won't say anything because it is our, not desire, it is because of practice that we do that. But you see that we are practicing Krishna, for example, for we do our chanting, especially now you're going to Swami Maharaj stresses that we have to do 64 rounds, but now I'm not doing it because of my husband. But only for Ekadashi, I do that. Not even 54 now. I'm reduced to 48, 50. But still trying. I'm still trying.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Sorry, we have been lengthy on that shoot. Sorry, Prabhuji.
No, no, you are so sincere. You are very sincere, Mataji. स्थावर जंगम न देखी देखी तारा मूर्ति सर्वत्र होय इष्ट देव स्फूर्ति. This is the mood of devotee. Gaudiya Vaishnava, Lord Chaitanya says, स्थावर जंगम न देखी देखी तारा मूर्ति. I do not see stationary or moving things. I see your beloved form. Ishtadev Spurti. Ishtadev is Krishna here. I see the beautiful form of Krishna. And that's what we're learning. Balam balavatam chaham. Tejas tejasvi namaham. It's like when we see someone, oh, he is so beautiful. Oh, Krishna is the beauty of the beautiful. Oh, he's so intelligent. Oh, Krishna is the intelligence of the intelligent. Oh, he's so powerful. Balam balavatam chaham. Ishtadev spurt. It should remind us. It should reconnect us. It should relink us to Krishna. That's our Ishtadev. He's our Ishtadev.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Yeah, we need to talk about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So Shilpa Mataji just joined. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry, I joined at the time. It's closure. Always unfortunate souls.
No, no, Mataji. Any other thought? Then maybe we can take one more question and then pause. Any question, whether in this or otherwise, we can take one question or one maybe some comments around anything.
Prabhu, in which that Chaitanya Prabhu stated this? In which?
Stavar Jangam?
Yeah. In which do you like it?
Let me open that.
You no longer do that, Prabhuji, Chaitanya.
Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 8.274.
Thank you, Prabhu. 8.74. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, Madhya Leela, chapter 8, text 274. Sthavar Jangam dekhe na dekhe tara murti sarvatra hoya nija ishtadev spurti. The Mahabhagavad, the advanced devotee, certainly sees everything mobile and immobile. Sthavar means stationary or mobile. Immobile. Sorry, opposite. I said sthavar means stationary or immobile, those who can't move. And Jangam, those who have legs to move around. But he does not exactly see their forms. Rather, everywhere he immediately sees manifest the form of the Supreme Lord, Krishna, Ishtadev Spurti. Due to the deep ecstatic love. And we have experienced that also. For example, let's say your daughter, I'm just giving example, where she lives in UK, right?
No.
She lives in Mauritius.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say simple example.
My son is in UK.
Okay, let's say your son used to use this pen, okay, during his college studies and school studies and whatnot. He used to use this pen, is it not? Just for example. And now he is at a far distance physically, correct? So whenever you will see this pen, what will come in your mind?
Reminding me of him. Yeah.
You'll think of him, correct? Because you love him, right? And this is an ordinary pen. It's not, I mean, it's just few dollars, $2, $3 worth of pen. It's nothing special, right?
Mhm.
But that reminds you of your beloved son. Why? Because you love him, you care for him. And that small, like this is tower, a stationary object, but it's helping you to remember those memories. Oh, my son used to study late night, used to use this pen, blah blah blah. All those memories will echo in your heart. Why? Because there is love, there is relationship, there is care, there is affection, there is emotions. It's not just a pen. Hmm? So that's what we are reading here. Due to deep ecstatic love for Krishna, the Mahabhagavad sees everywhere and sees Krishna everywhere because he's able to link everything to Krishna. Oh, look at the beautiful beach. My Lord is so beautiful. He has made such an amazing beach. So many waves come. So many. How can if the creation is so beautiful, how beautiful my Creator must be? He's able to link that. This is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita. Premanja Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Sante Sadeva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. Premanja Churita, whose eyes are anointed with love and devotion. Bhakti Vilochanena. Then they can see Sadeva, always. Santa, those devotees can always see Krishna. As soon as a devotee sees something, may be it movable or inert, he immediately remembers Krishna, Ishtadev. An advanced devotee is advanced in knowledge. This knowledge is very natural to a devotee, for he has already read in the Bhagavad Gita how to awaken Krishna consciousness. Now, Krishna, see, interestingly, 7.8. Rasam Apsu Kanteya, basically, he's trying to see, oh, I'm the taste of water, I'm the light of the sun, the syllable Om, etc., etc. So many ways we are. A devotee drinks water or any liquid, he immediately remembers Krishna. Ah, so beautiful. For a devotee, there is no difficulty in awakening Krishna conscious 24 hours a day. Because whatever he does, whatever he thinks, whatever he eats, oh, it's Krishna's. For whomever he meets, oh, there's a hand of God there, right? Savarjangam dekina dekitara murti sarvatra. So actually, it's very interesting. Prabhupada is repeating the verse in the purport. So interesting. I have not seen that combination actually. This is the verse itself, but Prabhupada is repeating the whole verse. That's very interesting. I mean, that's generally I've not seen in the purports, but maybe there are a few verses like that because it's so important. Ishtadev Spurti. So earth, water, everything basically. A devotee has purified existence with bhakti. Sees only Krishna in every step. This is explained in the next verse, which is quotation from Bhagavatam. What's the next verse? Sarva bhuteshu ya pashyet Bhagavad bhavam atmana bhutani bhagavati atmani isho bhagavato tamaha. A person who's advanced in devotional service sees within everything the soul of the souls, the Supreme Personality of God, the soul of the souls. Consequently, he always sees the form of the Supreme Personality of God as the cause of all causes and understand that all things are situated in him. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sa cha me na pranashyati. 6.30 Bhagavad Gita. Similar um, similar concept, right? Yomam pashyati sarvatra. One who sees me everywhere. Sarvam chamai pashyati. And sees everything in me. I'm never lost to that person. And that person is never lost to me, Krishna says. Sarva bhuteshu ya pashyet. One who sees me in every aspect, right? So that's our Ishtadev, Krishna. And trying to see the hand of God, the hidden hand of God in every aspect. It may not be so natural, right? Because we don't have, I don't have pure love for Krishna. But I gave you the example. Like this will be quite natural, right? For a mother to see the child in that pen, right? Or any other object the child used, because there is love. But when we develop the same love for Krishna, we're able to see the hand of God in every aspect of life. So in the interim stage, let's try to see. Let's try to see. When we see different people see a rose differently, is it not?
Yes.
Some girlfriend, boyfriend will see, oh, beautiful rose, I must give it to my girlfriend. Right? Desires. She will like it. Someone will say, this is all Maya, Mayavadis. Neti, neti, neti. After all, Jagat Mithya, this is all false. So reject everything. Everything is false. So someone will see, oh, rose. Wow, it is so beautiful. So amazing texture, so amazing fragrance. How this beautiful flower with such fragrance and such texture is in that seed? Oh, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutana. Ultimately, Krishna is giving all that seed, and look at the beauty of the Creator. How amazing flower with so much fragrance and so much texture. Even an ordinary artist, when he makes a beautiful two-dimensional rose on some paper with sketch, someone will appreciate it. Wow, such a beautiful rose painting, is it not? Now, Krishna is a 3D artist or like a multi-D artist, 7D artist, right? Much beyond our comprehension. Shouldn't we appreciate, oh, wow, look at the beautiful artist. Look at the beautiful creator he must be. So he has made this. Now let me use, rather than giving it to my girlfriend or wife or this or that, let me offer it to whom it deserves. That's Krishna. Let me take it for Krishna. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. So that's the intention. See, the rose was the same, but 20 different people saw it differently. That's what is bhakti is all about. To spiritualize our eyes.
Yes, that's true.
Hare Krishna.
Very true. Yes, Prabhu. For Kartik, I usually, when I find beautiful rose, any flower, it is for Krishna. For Kartik, I like to collect the beautiful flowers. All the fruits. Today that fruit, today this fruit for Kartik month. It's so nice when it is Kartik month. Myself, my daughter, we like to collect the most rare fruits, the most. I think Krishna makes that for us, no? Different fruits, different seasons, so that we can offer to him. Yeah, it's
Yes.
so nice. The flowers, when they come, Krishna made this flower, so this I have to keep for Krishna. Everything we have to, it is special, we keep for Krishna. This is how we do it. Yeah, it's true. With time, we don't find anything better than Krishna, only Krishna. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. You are so sincere and such a great devotee.
Not like you, Prabhuji. You're doing so much for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other closing comments? Shilpa Mataji, have to share anything?
Nothing additional, Prabhuji. But just I agree with Mataji. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. Very beautifully explained, Prabhuji. Your remembrance of the sloka giving us to us, and the purport Srila Prabhupada quoting 7th chapter that we are reading. And then internally, that's so nice. Prabhupada is bringing Bhagavad Gita also in between.
Yes. Yes, and that should be our mood. Also, to link scriptures. Prabhupada is showing, like when he's reading Gita, when he's like writing commentary on Gita or purport, he's referring verses from this Upanishad, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, etc. And when he's giving commentary or purports to Chaitanya Charitamrita or Bhagavatam, many times he quotes from Gita or other verses. So this is how every devotee, especially those who would like to share Krishna consciousness, which is a very dear service to, we should be able to substantiate, like lawyers. Prabhupada said, be like lawyers. Oh, clause number 14.2 says this, clause number article 256, section A, second line states this. So basically, you are backing up your case, right, with multiple references. So it's not just, so the case becomes stronger, right? That's what Prabhupada wanted.
Evidence as well, along with what we say. That way, it's yeah.
That's
Yes. Credibility. Otherwise, they say, no, this is Shubhalas's opinion, right? Or this is someone's opinion, and the case will be very, weak. Because tomorrow someone will say, no, I opine this. So we don't share our opinions or my opinion or he said, she said, no. Therefore, we quote,
Shastra.
Shastra.
Yeah, we have to start reading Chaitanya Charitamritam also, Prabhuji, with your blessings sometime.
Prabhuji, I never realized that chapter 7 is so important. I read so many times since you have started it. I read and read and read. What you have recorded also, I read and read and read. And for Bhagavad Gita Day also, I just read again and again. So it was so nice. Twice I read the Bhagavad Gita on the Bhagavad Gita Day. Together we did in the morning and afterwards also. So nice. Now I realize how important it is. Nice. Thank you so much, Prabhu. We are doing so much.
Thank you, Mataji's.
Concerning the references, even Prabhupada mentioned that in Prabhupada Jayamrita, when they were making noise, he was translating, the devotees were slamming the doors, they're coming in, coming out, visitors coming. He was so annoyed. They just don't think that I'm just only translating the Bhagavad Gita. It's true, making so many references to the authority, to the writers before, after, to the Goswamis and all. It is not only mere translation, rightly said, Prabhuji. So many references are there.
Yes, so true. So true.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll continue tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
Bhagavad Gita Upanishad ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya vacha paritanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Hari Bol, Prabhuji. Hari Bol, Mataji. Hare Krishna.